Hi, I'm Danny,
Hi, I'm Mel.
and we're the Sheehan sisters. If you haven't seen our faces before, we like to do podcasts and commentary style videos on different it's starting. on,
Just started.
on different topics we like to talk about.
As always, grab your coffee, your tea, juice, water, your beverage of choice, grab some snacks, get cozy, because we have a lot to talk about today. We actually don't have a lot to talk about today because usually we plan videos out, we have movies and books and things to talk about, but today we don't.
We will find something to talk about. No, we have a few videos that we are going to be sharing with each other and with you all. And we're going to do a little reaction type of episode today. I also want to let you know that you all know I have a fan on right now. And I'm sorry, but it's like summer in April in New York City, and I need the fan because I have to shut all my windows or else you're gonna hear screaming from outside. And I needed the fan on today. So if you hear that in the background, my apologies. But you know what? It's giving Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce in a concert.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, I want to tell you, Mel, what I've been overthinking about. You know, you all, if you know us by now, you know that Mel and I are major overthinkers. We spend our whole life overthinking every little thing that we do, unfortunately.
We'd probably be a lot further in life and in our YouTube career if we didn't overthink. Because, but go on, but no, go on because I'm gonna go on a spiel that we've gone on time and time again, and we also like to call it spiraling. So if you're someone who also likes to spiral, I don't know. I was gonna do a little joke. I don't have one prepared, so just tell me what you're gonna over.
Then twirl away with us.
Join the tornado. Anyway, no.
So my partner Theo likes to put on our episodes. He'll cast it on the TV, and I will be like, absolutely not. Please watch this on your own time. I cannot do it. I just spent all this time editing it and hating everything I said. So please don't watch this in front of me. And he let a couple minutes play before I spiraled and was like, please, no, let's not do this. And this was me mentioning that I add a little bit of extra salt to my salted caramel. And I started hating that I said that. And I'm like, I realized, I put it together on why we end up hating everything we've ever done.
Great, let me hear it.
we I'm sure, okay, I'll say but I know you can relate to this. I feel like I'm a different person from the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I liked a week ago, I may not like the next week. And I do go on like my obsessions, you know, like I'll have a meal that I'm obsessed with and I'll eat that for breakfast for like 2 weeks straight, and then I won't eat that for like 6 months. And I'm like, okay, so I had my little week where I was obsessed with adding like the salt to the salted caramel, and now I'm over it. And now I'm on the Planet Oat caramel creamer.
That's the one. That's my favorite.
I'm like, yeah, the Danny you just watched no longer exists. So
Yeah. But that's another thing we notice within editing is the contradicting that we do. And I definitely have fallen victim to that. I do that constantly. And I feel bad for the people in my life because one week I'm like, I don't like that. And then the next week I'm eating that food or listening to that song and they're just like, what
Well, listen, I have more I'm spiraling about.
Okay, I have one. Let's go back and forth because I have one.
Okay, give me your spiral.
Beginning of this year, we said, oh, what are the style trends gonna be for this year? And I said, oh, we need to bring more color into the world. Cut to our first like 5 videos. I'm wearing black and gray every video. And now I finally started wearing some blues in the past few videos. So I'm slowly going through the hues, and maybe at some point there will be more color. I don't have it in my wardrobe. And actually just yesterday, I went through my closet and I made a whole bag of stuff that I'm donating because I'm constantly like, oh, you have so many clothes, you have so many clothes. Half of them don't fit me. Half of them I've had for like 10, 20 years. I have items from Forever 21. That store doesn't even exist anymore. It's like a historic relic at this point. But it made me feel so much better of clearing out all these things because now I'm looking at my closet and I'm like, no, you don't have a lot of clothes, actually. So sometime in the future, I will start to bring more color to my style and wardrobe.
I mean, as you all know, if you don't, I love all black. That's my wardrobe. Ironically, today, she found a white shirt in the closet. Okay? Trying new things here. But this, I'm not looking to incorporate more color. I love black. I love wearing all black. Unfortunately, that styling doesn't really work for New York City's summer heat. So then that's where I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't even want to exist during the summer because it just doesn't go with my aesthetic, you know?
You gotta have a few colors in there. Like, I feel like orange and yellows look really nice. I feel like you are a summer. Okay, future video idea, you and I go to a color analysis. And I think I feel like you might be a summer, and I feel like they're gonna be like, you need to wear lighter colors. That's what I feel like.
We'll see. We'll put a pin in that. We'll put a pin in that. Second thing I was spiraling about. We were talking about, we love to mention our coffee. Well, that's been my new thing, telling you all about my coffee. I just feel like you need to know how delicious it is.
Mm-hmm.
But we were talking about cutting out sugar, and then I mentioned ginger ale, and you were like, oh yeah, there's no caffeine in ginger ale, because you had mentioned about cutting down on caffeine, and I had forgotten that ginger ale doesn't have caffeine, because this has just been a soda I've been drinking in my life for years now, and it's just something that I didn't keep in the forefront, right? The purpose of me bringing up cutting down ginger ale was because of the sugar. And I say all this to say because I'm in bed with Theo, and he goes, you didn't know? He goes, you didn't know there's no caffeine in ginger ale? And I was like, I forgot I kept that in.
But that's okay.
I started spiraling because Mel and I also have this complex. I mean, you can agree or disagree, but I personally have this complex where I don't want to be perceived as stupid, and I think that's another reason we have such a hard time when we're editing.
Yes, because we're like, cut all that out. That made no sense. You didn't use this word correctly. That's not accurate. This isn't true. Which we don't want to spread false information, but it's also like, okay, it's okay that you didn't know that, or it's okay if you said something wrong. It's okay if you stumbled on your words, giving ourselves a little more grace, kind of, hopefully.
It's just that I feel like so many of our episodes, Mel and I were like, we need to explain.
And that's what we're doing right now still, though. We're like, let me explain to you that I'm not an idiot. Wait, let me explain to you that I know of all my flaws before you comment it. Which, we're not even getting any comments. Please comment below. Interact. We want to hear from you. Be
We're like,
nice. Be nice. We're aware of all our flaws. You don't need to tell us.
but they're still gonna tell us because that's where we are in today's society, where people just feel like they can say whatever they want to say in the comment section. And it doesn't matter how nasty or disgusting they are just perfectly fine with being an asshole.
Some comment sections are really mean.
And you know what? This will be a segue into the first video I wanted to share. How do you feel about that?
I feel great about that.
Great. So, I have a few videos that I wanted to show in past episodes, but sometimes we end up tumbling into different topics and it wasn't the moment, or we didn't have enough time, or we save it for later. And this is the later. We're at the later. We're in the later.
This is the cut for time episode.
Yes, I love that. And you know what? I just want to say thank you all for watching. You know, you really make us feel so special. And we want you all to know. What do we want them to know?
We love you. I don't know where you're going with this.
I don't know. I was like, you know, like I want to like give some love to our audience, and I have nothing to say but thank you.
Amazing. But okay, I don't want to get caught up on a tangent before you bring up your topic, but I did have something I wanted to bring.
Go ahead.
So you'll notice that Danny will often loop her and I together, which I have no problem with. I just want to make that clear. It's fine. If she really says something I don't agree with, I'd be like, that's not me. But maybe we'll talk about it in this video. Maybe we'll save it for another video. Because I'm like already getting away from the topic that you're trying to talk about. But I feel like you and I were brought up as if we were twins, and we kind of have a twin connection, even though we're not twins.
Yes. Mel and we have two different personalities, but we have a lot in common because of our upbringing, right? We grew up in the same environment.
And we're also only a year and a half apart, so we're very close in age. And I'm just curious if any of you have siblings that are super close in age, if you feel the same way.
Yes, and our mother did dress us in like the same outfit but different colors, which I think is also common.
Yeah.
But our family would loop us together all the time. It would be like the girls, the girls, the girls. So
We were super close, so it makes sense. And like we're close now, but obviously we went through a period of being like, I'm my own person.
yes, but did you all catch? She said "were." She said "were." She said "were."
We even loop each other together, and you'll see on this podcast we'll match sometimes, but I feel like have like a twin telepathy. Even though again we're not twins, I feel like we're always like on the same wavelength. Like I'm making the same dinner she's making. We're like sometimes we'll wear the same thing, not purposefully, but we'll like get on a call and be like, oh shit.
Yes. Or Mel will text me something I brought up to Theo the other day, and I'm like, oh my god, I just mentioned that.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm watching this movie. She's like, I just watched that yesterday. Like, what? Anyway.
Have you gotten to see the drama yet? I know you said you were gonna go see it.
No, and I should have went today, but I have a plan of I'm not gonna reveal my plan on camera 'cause I don't want anyone stalking me, but I have a plan of the theater. I'm gonna make a day of it. So I'll talk about it after it happens.
I love that. I have been seeing some YouTube videos pop up. I haven't clicked on them because I don't want any spoilers, but I can tell from the titles and the thumbnail that there's a twist, and I'm starting to get some theories on what they did.
Okay, I've been trying to steer clear of everything also because I don't want spoilers, because usually I'm fine with spoilers and usually it doesn't ruin the movie for me. Like I'll still act surprised, or not act, like I'll still be like, oh, I'm surprised, or I'll still cry if it's sad or whatever. But for this one, I genuinely want to be surprised. Do you have a day on planning on do you have a day that you're planning on seeing it?
No, I'm sure Theo will want to see it, so I'll schedule something with him.
I'll schedule. You'll have a little date night.
You know, I wouldn't want to be like, oh, I'm going, and he's gonna be like, wow, I wanted to see it too.
Well, why wouldn't you go with him?
Well, we just have different schedules, so
I get it.
I guess fine, I'll wait for him. You know, I could go see it on my own sooner than later, but the compromises you make in relationships.
I love going to the theater by myself. I that's why I'm saying I'm gonna make a day of it. It's gonna be fun. I love it. I love going early in the morning. No one's there. It's like 10 a.m. I get my snacks. Sometimes I've been alone in the theater. Sometimes it's just a few other people. It's amazing.
Yes, I like going to the theater by myself as well. I like going with Theo because we have our little date nights, but I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, in a relationship, we have to do everything together. Falling into my independent habits. And I'm like, oh, you need to recognize that you're not just a single lady anymore.
I worry about that for myself because I'm hyper independent and I'm like, I can't imagine I gotta let someone in. Like I don't know how it's gonna work.
Don't worry. It will naturally fall into place when you find the one.
Thanks for the cliche.
I listen, I'm a walking cliche and I'm openly admitting it.
Are you getting that tattooed?
No, so listen to this. I was just thinking about this the other day. I don't think I want to get any more tattoos.
Isn't that weird?
No, I think that's certain people usually get to a point where they're like, okay, I'm done.
Well, I still have so many ideas. And listen, you may see me a year from now with a new tattoo because, you know, I changed my mind. But as of right now, I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I like my little simple tiny tattoos that could be hidden. Before I used to want a half sleeve, and I still, you know, I wanted to get a dragon, but we'll see. As of right now, I'm good.
Okay. If I had money, I would have been fully tatted by now, but they're not like crazy expensive. Like usually if you work with the same artist, you can get like good pricing. But getting a lot is going to add up over time. How many tattoos do you have?
That's a good question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tattoos.
Oh, I have more. I have 9.
The last tattoo I got was the Carpe Diem one with you. When you got, what did you get that time?
What the fuck did I get that time? When did you get that? I don't even remember that day, honestly.
You were the one that wanted to go, and I just spontaneously decided to get Carpe Diem.
Yeah, I don't know which one I got at that time, to be honest.
But all my tattoos are cliches, so I don't need to get the tattoo that says I'm a walking cliche because I am in of itself the cliche. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I thought in one video, which again comes back to us contradicting ourselves, I thought you were like, I'm gonna get that tattooed, but maybe it was something else.
A walking contradiction and a walking cliche.
Something along those lines. You're like, we'll find it. Maybe we probably won't because we don't like to insert things. Well, we will be inserting things today, and let's tangent back to our topic. Danny, do you want to share the video that?
Well, I had one more thing.
Danny, back to you in the studio. So please show us.
I feel like this was another spiral where I feel like people are going to get annoyed that we say we contradict ourselves because people don't like contradictions, but we all contradict ourselves.
Right, that's what I said. We're all hypocrites. We all contradict ourselves. We're looping everyone in this one together.
You said in one of our episodes, is there one thing that all humans can agree on?
Yeah, that was in our last episode, and I thought maybe the moon, how beautiful the moon is, but then I was like, no, that there's probably people out there who also are just like, I don't care. But anyway, what were we gonna say?
Well, Theo did ask me this as well, and I said we all agree that we're all gonna die at some point.
No, there are some people that want to live forever and are convinced that they're gonna find a way, and some people are willing to like put themselves into a robot.
See, this is what I don't understand. Like, these are the billionaires who have the money to do so because they know when they die, something bad is gonna happen to them. I'm convinced they know something bad is gonna happen to them.
Right.
Did you see our good old president made himself Jesus Christ?
If you were a believer that Jesus was gonna come back to save us, let me tell you something. He's definitely not coming. I already had a feeling he was never coming back, and now for sure I don't think he's coming back because we just keep offending that man.
Me and Theo also went on a full debate about Jesus Christ one night, and
Okay.
I have thoughts and opinions, but I would probably offend people, so I will just keep that to my inner circle.
You know, believe what you want to believe.
Exactly. And listen, I will not. I was thinking about this. It's funny you said that because I'm like, listen, you can believe in a religion, just don't try to force me or
Yeah.
convince me to believe in what you believe in, and I won't do the same. Like, I accept that you believe in this religion, and you should accept that I don't.
Right.
Okay.
Don't tell me I need to follow the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
You need to find Jesus, girl. I don't think anyone knows where he is. I think we should decenter men anyway, so not really interested in that.
Speaking of men.
Does this have anything to do with the video you were gonna show like 30 minutes ago?
Yes, I'm trying to segue. I'm trying to bring it back. Tie it all in, tongue twisters. Tie it all back together.
Oh my god, we want to do. Okay, that's another video.
So, we mentioned that people love to say the meanest things in the comment section. And what do men love to do to women when they want to hurt their feelings? They try to attack a woman's looks, okay? And this is something Mel and we spiral about as well, and I keep telling her, like, I'm expecting certain comments. Not putting it out there, though, not manifesting that. I just know there's bound to be an asshole here and there that want to comment on our looks. Especially if they watch our Manosphere video.
So far, we're getting nothing but love. We're getting only likes on that video so far. So all of the good energy is coming towards us.
Yes. Good energy, good vibes. But I did want to show this video. This is a short by the creator, Michelle is a Wolf. And I believe she's a comedian. And she wanted to talk about the hate comments she gets on her appearance. And so many women do as well. So let's take a look, shall we?
I love that men's insults for women are still only, you're ugly and you're old. I mean, first of all, thank God to be old. Apparently incredibly dangerous to be around you guys when we're young. Also, ugly. I mean, come on. I have red hair and freckles. I'm a very specific choice on a Guess Who board. One time, I got asked to audition to be someone's ex-wife, and I was like, I don't look like an ex-wife. I look divorced, but I don't look like an ex-wife. You know what I mean? And the most beautiful women in the world still get called ugly. It doesn't matter. And that's just something, as some of the most beautiful women in the world, that we have to deal with.
I feel like this is a reason I'm not worried about the comments, because I've had men in my real life try to convince me that I'm ugly. So I think I'm just immune to the hatred.
I just find it ironic that men, they are obsessed with a woman's beauty, right? And they think that they could devalue us by calling us ugly.
Right.
When we're not the ones, I mean, sure, there are women out there who only value their looks. But
yeah, that is their go-to, because as we learned from one of our previous videos, that is where they put our value. That's what they believe. That's all they believe we bring to the world.
when I was in my 20s, I was on a date. And when I was in my 20s, I was slim, okay? I had a different body type, okay? I'm on the thicker side as I've gotten older. But when I was in my 20s, skinny. I always had hips. And this man on the date really told me, he goes, oh yeah, you're bigger than the, hold on.
I remember this man.
He goes, oh, you're bigger than the girls you're bigger than the type of girls I usually date. And I didn't even absorb that comment, because I was like, I'm skinny. I don't even, maybe you mean petite girls that don't have curves, potentially, but I just didn't even feel affected by the comment until I thought about it later, and I was like, why did he even say that?
That was wild. Was this the dancer? He's like an actual dancer, and I think, I don't know.
Is he I couldn't remember. Some man I'm like,
I remember that day though, of like you coming home and telling me that, because I was just like, what the fuck? And it's just interesting that men have the audacity to make comments like that, especially to someone they're actively on a date with. And then some people will get into a relationship with someone like that, and they'll still continue to treat them that way throughout the relationship.
like I said, it didn't affect me because I didn't feel, I mean, I always had issues with my body. Like, I always had body dysmorphia, which we've talked about. But in the moment, I didn't really absorb his comment or like take it to heart, because I was like, I don't know if this man was trying to intentionally put me down, because these men do that. Especially if they think you're out of their league, they will slowly try to tear you down.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they'll do. And I've had it happen too many times as well. Or they'll try to they just try to convince you of who you are and what you look like. It's wild. It's wild. It's like, no, my mirror works perfectly fine. I know what I look like.
But I just love what Michelle said. We need to start appreciating aging, because we know the entertainment industry hates an aging woman.
Very true. And I feel like your 20s is meant to like really test you and put you through all these transformations, and you're really trying to find yourself. And then you get to your 30s and realize you were stressing over all the wrong things. And you're either, I think by the time you're in your 30s, you're either in a relationship or you're happy if you're not in a relationship. Like, you're content with where you are and your life isn't revolving around whether or not you have a man in your life or not, or what outfit you're gonna wear that day. Like, your focus just goes into other areas, and you just, I don't know, it's just like this feeling of
contentment.
as soon as I turned 30, I felt more grounded in myself. Even though I wasn't where I thought I would be, I'm like, it's okay.
It's okay.
I didn't feel as frantic as I did in my 20s.
I was going through it in my 20s. Yeah. I'm still going through it at certain times. I'm not fully healed, I would say. But I feel like I can navigate who I am better, and like I can react to circumstances better. So actually, I'm gonna show two more because it's from the same creator.
But, you know, going off of what you just said and this topic of, I guess like validation from men, I think in my 20s, if someone had made a comment in that regard, I would try so hard to prove myself to that person. And now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, bye. Like, I was seeing this guy and I noticed that, like, he wasn't giving me compliments. Hold on. let me clear my throat, literally. So I was seeing this guy, and I'm definitely more vocal in my 30s too, and I'm gonna say what I'm looking for and what I want. And I just let him know that I felt like he wasn't attracted to me, and he wasn't giving me compliments, and that I just didn't feel like he was attracted to me. And he literally goes, well, because you're not really my type. And then it was like, okay, well then why are we even doing this? Like, what is even the point of us having anything with each other? And we had both agreed that it would be casual, but even if it's just casual, it's like, why would you even involve yourself with someone you don't find attractive? And again, it's like this tactic that they have to see how insecure you are, or if they can make you insecure. And it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna walk away now. I'm gonna leave. Thank you very much. Have a great life. But younger me would have been like, okay, so what is his type, and how can I be that, and what can I do?
Of course, and I'm sure there's still women out there as we speak that is doing the same.
Right. It's not always, oh, once you're 30, you'll have it all figured out for everyone.
We do want to be mentors to our younger girlies, and we want them to know that they don't have to mold themselves into what a man wants.
Right.
You don't have to, and you don't need them to define who you are. It's the amount of women I've met that end up dating a man that will put them down or make them feel less about themselves is too often, way too often.
Exactly. And that's like the realization I had, where I'd already been in a relationship like that and I ignored all the red flags, and I was like, oh no, we're not going backwards.
Well, let me ask you something. The man you went on a date with, you met him through a dating app, right?
No, this guy I met in real life. I have met guys on dating apps.
So my question is why, I don't remember how you two met, and if you feel like you want to share.
I'm not telling any more details, but
Okay.
we're not turning into that kind of podcast where we're like bringing up all the guys and then people go and find them. That's all the details I'm telling.
I was just curious why he even pursued you if you weren't his type. I'm just confused by that.
And that's another thing. And then when I rejected him, he was like, yeah, I felt the same way. And I'm like, okay, what the hell? Like, I don't know. It's just, it all comes down to like insecurity. And that's what I'm saying, where like I've dated men like that before, where all of a sudden their insecurity comes out and they're like, well, I'm going to put you down. And thankfully I'm at a more secure spot in my life where I'm like, absolutely not.
Well, this is why I put it out there. This is one of my affirmations, to never run into any of the men that I have dated. I never want to see them ever again in my life. And some of them, I think about the things they've said to me and the things they've done. I'm not saying I'm perfect at all. I've had my crazy moments, and you know, I take accountability for myself, but I don't want to see any of these men ever again in my life. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. Yeah, exactly. Like I know my worth. I keep my standards same spot. We're not lowering them for anybody. We're not accepting the bare minimum. And I see relationships that are actually good and healthy, and I see the way people look at each other when they're actually in love, and I'm not gonna settle for anything less than that. Like, you should, I mean, it's gonna sound maybe egotistical, but like, worship the ground I walk on, and I'm gonna treat you the same way. It's gonna be a reciprocal relationship.
Exactly. Would you ever go on the show Married at First Sight?
No. What? No.
Maybe you'll meet the one, your soulmate. We'll sign up too.
No, I'm not doing that.
No, it's clear that show is just another reality show where they exploit the people they bring on, and they want people who have issues so that they can get the ratings. And this is, you know, the same formula over and over again.
I would never go on any dating reality show.
Well, it's funny because I feel like Love is Blind. I think you watched that, right?
I watch Love is Blind. I've watched Love Island. I've seen the shows. Love is Blind is when they don't see each other. They're literally talking through a wall. If they pick each other, they propose before still even seeing each other.
Yes.
And then they come out.
And we see the same type of man in these dating shows.
And that's exactly what you reminded me of. There was a clip from Love is Blind, the recent season, of the man telling this beautiful, intelligent woman who's a doctor, oh, I usually date women who work out. Goodbye, go find her, go back to the gym, leave me alone. Like, we cannot be sitting here listening to that kind of, we just can't. We can't be putting up with it.
I feel like these men, right, whenever they pick, if they're between two women, right, and they choose one, they always want the one they didn't end up choosing.
That part too, that's another thing that happens on that show a lot too.
It's like some sort of psychology behind it where they're like, wait, was that the better choice?
And then I hear things about how men will choose like the safer option, or they'll still be like longing for someone. I hate that. Like, I don't want to know that the man that I end up with is still thinking about his lost love. No, I want to be the only love of your life. Like, you could have loved before, but once you meet me, like, that's it.
Exactly. Mel and I have talked about this too, where there'll be men that are like, oh, the one that got away.
They don't know how to get over anything. That's the issue. I'm sorry, this was not going to be another man ranting hatred video. I mean, that's my life anyway. I don't hate men. I have a strong disdain for many of them.
No, there are good men out there. I've met some really great men. They are open-minded and intelligent and spiritual.
And that's another reason I won't lower my standards, because I know it's possible. I see there's good men out there. I see it. They do exist. And they're often in relationships. So I don't know if it's the woman who made them better, or if they were just always great and that's how they got a woman. But it's always the men that are in relationships that are like the great, like the good men.
Right. And my man is great too. Shout out to Theo.
All right, what's this next video?
Okay, so this, you know, I feel like we need to like uplift our ladies in this video. I'm sharing a video by the channel The Financial Diet. They give great advice. They have all different types of content. It's not just financially based. So go check them out. But we have some advice from this channel, and I feel like we all need to hear it. It's a reminder that it's just getting good.
Class, let's read this together, shall we? There will actually come a day in your 40s you will realize you are indeed well past your prime, and it will make you depressed. I have no advice about it because I'm in the trenches of it. Now, I really hate to see this for her. We hate to see a diva down at any age, but it is so important that you understand that this is absolutely bullshit and not some inevitable future that's coming for you. I host a podcast where I interview women over the age of 50 about whatever they want to talk about, and I always start the conversations by asking, at what age did life start getting good for you? And they all have universally said an age over 40. Not one of them has said that life started getting really good before the age of 40. And these are not like celebrity women, by the way. These are all like random women who do all kinds of things and live all kinds of different lives. But universally, their answer has been life gets infinitely better after 40. Also, honestly, even if that weren't true, the alternative to getting older is dying. So hopefully we're doing the former. But also, I have like become real life friends with a lot of these women that I've interviewed. And one thing that having a lot of women friends over 50 has taught me is like, these bitches are fucking living at a level that I don't think any of us in our 20s or 30s can even truly conceive of. Because the one thing that they have that most young people don't, especially young women, because we are trained not to have it, is genuine self-confidence and actualization. This is not to say that automatically every older woman is living her best life. Clearly, many of them are not. But it is to say that if all we're going off of is the social media / entertainment / cultural narrative that life basically ends for women after the age of 35, of course we're going to think that it's just an inevitable downhill decline. Just know that that is not true. That is not your inevitable future. And actually, you are much more likely to start enjoying life significantly more after 40 as a woman. So cheers to that.
I do feel like I had a moment right before I turned 30 where I was worried about aging. And sometimes I've mentioned this before, I'll look back at photos and be like, that was my prime, like I looked amazing. Yeah. But thinking about the emotional roller coaster I was on throughout my 20s, I feel I'm grateful that I've gotten to this age and I am gaining wisdom more and more. And I do wish I could have made better decisions. Of course, we all do that. We all look back at our younger selves and realize how reckless we were.
We had a lot of crazy nights, but I try not to have regrets. I'm happy that we got to have fun. Obviously, there were some things we did that we probably should not have, but that means we lived life, right? Like, we did some fun things, and I think it's funny because now I just want to sit at home and do nothing, and I think there's people in my life who've met me now who may think I'm boring or not fun, and I'm like, no, I did it. I didn't do it all, but I did a lot, and I did enough. That's how I feel. We got to grow up. We're from New York, if we haven't mentioned that a million times before. You didn't know. We're from New York.
New York City. New York City.
Queens, thank you.
Queens.
But I feel so lucky to have grown up in New York City, because being in New York City in your 20s, like, that's what everyone wants. That's so many people I meet want to go to New York City. And like getting to be in New York City in your 20s it was just one of the best experiences. I probably could ask for a little bit of a better 20s because obviously other sad things and bad things happened. But overall, I would say we got to have fun in New York City in our 20s.
What's the quote? It was the best of times and it was the worst of times. Charles Dickens. Yes, I thought it was Charles Dickens. A Tale of Two Cities. I spiral because sometimes we'll ask questions or say things and we have the computer right in front of us and we can look it up, but sometimes we just don't.
We're stubborn, so we're like, nope, I know it.
The comment section will come and correct us.
Yes.
Okay, I am going to present the second video by the same creator. Very similar to what we've been talking about, women and their looks and people bullying women for their looks.
Everybody has iPhone face now because you people are fucking mean. This app now is just a video of someone asking, why is everyone getting work done all of a sudden, followed by a video of Barry Keoghan where everyone in the comments is talking about him like he's a fucking Victorian medical oddity. Or like tagging Sabrina Carpenter in the comments because you think she owes the world an apology for having dated a man that you think looks weird. Or it'll be a video of why is every woman getting Botox and facelifts, followed by a video of Maggie Gyllenhaal where every other comment is, what happened to her? Or in the best case scenario, a bunch of really condescending compliments about how nice it is to see a woman age gracefully when, mind you, she's just literally doing an unrelated interview while being 48 years old. Like, a lot of you would be much better off if you just admitted that you have a razor thin window of what you consider acceptable in terms of beauty. It's either being naturally extremely beautiful with no alterations, which in your case always means young, or having impeccable, unclockable six-figure work done that basically achieves the same result. Anything outside of that, i.e. not meeting your beauty standard or having visibly gotten work done, and you might as well be in a sideshow attraction where we pay a nickel to throw tomatoes at you. Honestly, a lot of you yearn for the days where just gawking at an ugly person in public was a socially acceptable activity, and sometimes I think the world might be a better place if you could still do that because maybe you would get this impulse out of your system. Otherwise, we're having to deal with it 24/7 on the internet, and it's exhausting.
I feel like you just can't win. Even the men are catching strays.
But that's another thing is most of the people leaving these comments are hiding behind an anonymous profile and aren't even showing themselves. So it's like, who are you to talk on someone's looks and you're not even showing your looks? It's definitely projection. Hurt people hurt people. It's not okay to be mean to anyone, especially not on things they don't have any control over. Again, you could be like, oh, get plastic surgery, but it's like, what? We shouldn't.
But then when they get plastic surgery, you're clocking them for getting plastic surgery.
We should just love ourselves and accept ourselves for who we are and be nicer and be kinder. Is that so hard? Obviously it is. I'm someone who doesn't, like, I don't really look at someone and go, oh my god, that person's so ugly. It's just like, am I attracted to them? Am I not attracted to them? But then also I'm also someone who cares to look at a person's personality, where you can turn ugly real quick if you're not a good person. So it's just, again, it's subjective. So it's like you being like, oh, you're ugly. It's like, okay, well, that's just your opinion.
Of course. Like Michelle said earlier, you could be the most beautiful woman in the world and you're still going to get comments that you're ugly.
Right.
But this is why I said in one of our previous episodes, we as humans would have to ascend spiritually, like past the ego, in order to not be obsessed with beauty.
Exactly. And just obsessed with looks in general, being obsessed with race, being obsessed with gender, being obsessed with all of these external factors that have nothing to do with who a person is.
There's just no pleasing anybody. And the people who have any sort of power are creating that standard and perpetuating that cycle by casting the same stereotyped woman that they think people want to see on their screen. Simi, sweetie.
She's problematic. But again, yeah, the blonde hair, blue-eyed.
Big boobs, small waist.
But then there are men who be like, she's ugly. I don't even think she's attractive.
Right.
They're like, hear me out. Hear me out. Anyway. Yeah, people are just too comfortable with being mean, I feel like, these days. Especially towards celebrities. Again, we need to take the I'm using the word decenter a lot. That's my word of the video. Decenter celebrities. and celebrity idolization and worship, and like stop caring about them setting any kind of standard for who you are, but also just feeling like they're not people. And like, I get it, we're so far removed from their worlds, but like feeling like we can say anything we want about them. Like, well, you opened yourself to public critique. I don't know, we've had this debate back and forth before too, where I'm just like, okay, yeah, I guess we're also now on YouTube, so we're opening ourselves up to public critique, but why are you choosing to be an asshole?
That's what I'm trying to understand. There are so many people, I may not agree with their views, I may not like their video, I may not like them as a person, and I just simply click off or scroll past. And people always say this, just scroll past, but for some reason that's something a lot of you don't want to do. You want to make it a point to say your nasty comments, and we want to know why.
So comment below.
I mean, Mel and I will get like 20 views on a video and we'll get a dislike. Just like, give us a chance, okay? Or just don't watch us at all, okay?
Right. But I think this is a good conversation to segue into one of the videos I want to show you. So as always, we're always going to be a little behind on the news cycle. Even though this just happened, by the time you guys see this video, it'll be old news.
And when we say old news, we mean like
A week ago.
4 weeks ago, which it's not that old. It's not that old.
It's not that old, but if you're, I don't know, I can. Okay, but I feel like this goes with everything we talked about, everything we've talked about before about celebrities and caring about what they say and what they think, and also freedom of expression. It goes into a lot of topics we've talked about before, and then it also goes into topics of race. And I understand me and Danny know that we're white women, so maybe we're not the ones to speak on this, but I did want to show you a video of Sabrina Carpenter from Coachella over this past weekend.
Okay, you did ask me if I saw this, and I did. Now I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so you did see the, okay, I'll play it again.
Yes, for all of you who didn't see this.
I think I heard someone yodel. Is that what you're doing? I don't like it. That's your culture, is yodeling? Is this Burning Man? What's going on? This is weird.
Now, before we comment, she did issue an apology. We just putting that out there. Don't want anyone's team coming for our tiny YouTube channel. She said, "My apologies. I didn't see this person with my eyes and couldn't hear clearly. My reaction was pure confusion, sarcasm, and not ill-intended. Could have handled it better. Now I know what a zagruta is. I welcome all cheers and yodels from here on out." I have a lot to say.
Oh man.
Even the end of that apology of her being like, "I now accept all calls from here on." Like, girl, it's not up to you to control how people celebrate. Be like, "Oh, I now accept it because now I know."
Oh no. Once that person said that it's part of their culture,
Maybe be quiet after that part. That's what I'm saying. So for her to be like, "I didn't see them with my eyes," but you had a conversation back and forth with this person, and they specifically said it's my culture, and you repeat it back, it's your culture. So like what's not clocking, what's not clicking, what's not. And this is why Danny and I make it a point to state that we're aware of our privilege and we're aware that we're white women, because we do not want to be this kind of white woman where you're being ignorant for no reason. And I'm someone who enjoys Sabrina Carpenter's music, but now I'm looking at her a little sideways.
These are the white women that we have to speak up against, because you're not being open-minded in that moment. I don't really understand why she was so opposed to that sound. Even after she learned that it's from another culture, she was like, what is this?
And that's something we need to learn about celebrities too. Just because they're celebrities and they have a high status doesn't mean they're educated, doesn't mean they're cultured, doesn't mean...
Yes, that's what I wanted to say.
Again, we're from New York City, so I feel like we were raised around a lot of different cultures, but I was just like, how is this? I don't know, I was just confused by her reaction. I'm like, how is that how is that how you react? I'm giving her the what the fuck that she's giving that lady. You know what I'm saying?
Right. This is how you know she doesn't surround herself with different cultures. Hello?
Right. Why was she so disturbed and thrown off by it? That's doesn't make any sense. And the apology wasn't even a good one.
So bizarre.
It is. And then another thing I want to say is, because people be like, oh, that's her personality. And like, even in the comments, people, even in her apology, her being like, it was just sarcasm. And like, that's kind of the persona she gives off. And I just want to say, again, as a white woman who can be sarcastic and have a dry sense of humor, it annoys me when there are... Because you know what it was giving? You remember, I guess she's still popular, the woman, Bobby Altoff, I think her name is, where she did the interview style of being like, what is that? I don't get it. And people criticized her too, because a lot of the people she would interview were not white, and she was acting like, she's doing like the dumb blonde. I think Sabrina does that too, where it's like, dumb blonde, I don't know. But it doesn't work when you're speaking to people of other race and culture. You just look like an ignorant white person, or you're spewing out like hatred towards, like, it comes across as like a microaggression, because you're like, I don't know what that is. I don't like that. Like, the mean girl, dumb blonde act doesn't work in that regard. Do you know what I'm saying?
And who did I bring up as well? Sydney Sweeney, who also falls in that category.
And that again shows how egocentric they are, and how in their own world and bubble they are, where they're like, this is cutesy and this is that, because they're only ever surrounding themselves with white people.
Yes. Which is why Mel and I always make it a point where we stand, because people will just people can automatically put us in the same category because of the political climate we're in, and we want to make it abundantly clear every time.
And I know that I think she has used her platform in the past to speak out on things. I'll have to do a little more research to see if that's accurate or not, but just do better, girl. Do better.
But you know who's a white girl singer that I just love and saw in concert recently, who speaks out against the patriarchy, against ICE, who supports Palestine? Miss Haley Williams from the band Paramore.
I'm so jealous Danny got to see her. Girl, why are you not coming to Seattle? Come to Seattle so I can see you. Please.
She grew up in the South, and she calls out the racist Southerns, the racist white Southerns. And I just wanted to shout her out, because She is utilizing her voice, her platform for good. And I'm not saying Sabrina doesn't use her platform for good. I think she just uses her platform for her own gain. Nala's here, everyone, in case you wanted to see her.
Right. Again, I'm not fully versed in all that Sabrina Carpenter does with her platform, but a lot of celebrities can be doing a whole lot more with what they're putting out there.
But I do want to say, because we've mentioned this in past episodes and we touched upon it today, you can love a celebrity and really enjoy their art and their music, but if they are doing something wrong, we should hold them accountable no matter how much you love them, right?
Right. And I'm not saying, oh, okay, let's cancel her now, because that's another thing I have an issue with, where what I believe needs to happen, again, I'm not the one to speak out. Obviously, if other communities don't accept her apology, they don't have to. But it's like, okay, girl, take this as a moment to learn, educate yourself, change, grow, move forward. Because my issue is okay, someone did something wrong, and now it's not anyone's job to educate her. She can educate herself, but it's like, if someone is showing signs of growth and change and improving, I don't know, I don't know why I can't get this sentence out. All we can hope is that she grows from this situation, educates herself, cultures herself. And it's just weird. She was very close-minded in that situation. But again, we don't know these celebrities. We don't know them. I don't know. I truly don't know anything about Sabrina Carpenter. I just like some of her songs.
Right, and you realize how much PR goes into creating these celebrity personas, where you might think they're a good person, and we start to create our own assumptions based off of the narrative their team created for them. But in actuality, we have no idea who they are, what they stand for, what they say behind closed doors.
Exactly.
What else do we got for today?
All right. I have some hope core to, I don't know, maybe end with. I don't know if we're going to continue.
Yeah, we can wrap it up. Today's a mixed bag of things.
Moving on, going back a little bit to talking about the good men out there. Okay, this is the kind of man this is the kind of love. This is the love I'm looking for. Okay. Olivia Dean said, come be the man I need, but I don't need a man, so come be the man I want. Thank you. And I want romance. Okay. And recently, again, we're always behind, but recently Artemis, right? Is that how you say it? Artemis? Why does it sound weird?
That sounds right.
We went and saw the moon recently. Not me and Danny personally. NASA went to space, guys. NASA went to space. Clearly, we're the people that should be reporting on that. And they found a spot on the moon, and they named it after, have you seen this?
I haven't.
One of the astronauts, they named it after one of the astronauts' wife who passed away. And it's just a beautiful moment.
What did they find?
That's great. Great. Thanks, Danny. Thank you for that question. Great. What did they find? They found a spot on the moon. That's all I can really tell you. I'm not a scientist. That's all I got for you. An undiscovered part of the moon is what I understood from the level of intelligence that I have, okay? We're gonna play the clip.
Roll the clip.
Roll the clip.
Second one, and especially meaningful for this crew, is a number of years ago we started this journey in our close-knit astronaut family, and we lost a loved one. And there's a feature in a really neat place on the moon, and it is on the near side, far side boundary. In fact, it's just on the near side of that boundary, and so at certain times of the moon's transit around Earth, we will be able to see this from Earth. And so we lost a loved one. Her name was Carol, the spouse of Reed, the mother of Katie and Ellie. And if you want to find this one, you look at Glushko, and it's just to the northwest of that, at the same latitude as Ohm, and it's a bright spot on the moon. And we would like to call it Carol, and you spell that Carroll.
Is that it?
They're gonna hug, okay? They're hugging. You're not even watching the fucking clip. It was a bright spot on the moon, and they named it after Carol. And did I cry watching this? Yes, I understand. Danny's not having the same reaction that I did. But they found a bright spot on the moon. They named it after his late wife.
Does he get to name it?
What?
What does he get to name it? Oh my God, Carol.
Rest in peace to Carol. Get you a man who will name a part of the moon after you, okay? He really says to the moon and back. I can't even get a man to come and look at the moon with me. I thought it was sweet.
That's very sweet. That's very sweet. I'm gonna have to tell Theo. The bar has been raised. Okay? I need a moon rock named Danny.
And suggestions to the men out there, you can name a star after. You can still do that. You can still go and name a star after anyone.
I was going to mention this, but I kind of feel like it's a little dumb. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry. And I love the stars. But I just feel like you're not gonna really remember which star was named after you.
Whatever. I would still be impressed by it. I would still love a star named after me. Thank you. Okay.
I am the star, so
Whatever.
all right. Well, you know what?
That wasn't the best note to end on, but I guess because Danny did not find it.
Carol. Caroling on the moon.
I'm dead. Should I find one more thing?
No. We're good. We're good. Out of all the people that got to name that spot, it was, what's his name?
His name's not important. What the important name here is Carol. Listen, we're not journalists. We're not even going to claim to be, pretend to be. Do your own research. Word of advice, always do your own research. Don't listen to what people have to say on the internet. Imagine that's our whole video. Like, I don't know. Go look it up. Go Google it. Go fuck yourself. Thank you. That's like the energy. We're coming to the end of our filming, and it's time to go. Farewell.
Let me be serious. That was a beautiful story. Carol is a lucky lady in the afterlife. And if I could get you the moon and, the song, give it to you.
Right. He said he watched It's a Wonderful Life. He said, I'm going to get you the moon.
I actually quote that pretty often. You want the moon?
That's why I thought you would like this clip.
I do. I love it. It's beautiful. Well, I was just like, oh, you're in a team project, and you all put the work in, and then you have your one colleague who's like, can we name this after?
So the other colleagues, they agree.
I'm saying you're gonna have to agree. How are you gonna say no? We can't name this after your deceased wife. I want the credit.
would you be like, okay, I would be like, that's amazing and beautiful, and you can name it after her for sure.
No, David, I don't know his name. We cannot name it after Carol, okay?
What if I'm like, okay, I have a deceased loved one, and we're gonna
She want to name it after my dead father.
now we're gonna rock paper scissors and see whose deceased loved one we're gonna name it after. Okay, and now that we've taken it to a dark place.
Oh my god, I'm crying. No, we're saying we gotta be kinder, and I'm just roasting this story. I'm so sorry. This was an amazing story.
Thanks. Done. Cut the films. Do you know that video?
No.
Okay, that's what we're ending on then. That's what we're ending on, okay? Because that, and if you don't find this funny, I really am shutting the camera off, and that's gonna be the end of it.
If I don't find it funny, or if they don't find it funny.
They find it funny. This is an internet classic, first of all.
I have a feeling I'm not gonna find it funny.
You know what? I can't find it right now. It's not, I don't know how to find it, but
Cut the film!
I did it in the show. Bitch.
Let me see if I can find it. Imagine I find it and I don't even know what it is.
I don't even know what it is. Anyway, if you know, you know. And if you have a link to the video, please comment below. But it's the girl, she's like, cut the films. That's all I got. Anyway.
Is it from America's Next Top Model?
No, it's just this girl, and she's talking to her family.
Sorry, not
And she's talking about the salt and the pepper. She said we need more than just the salt and the pepper. And she's getting very upset because we need more seasoning on the food. And then she goes, she's letting them know that she's serious, and she's like, cut the films. Was it a skit? I don't know. Was it real? I don't know. But it was if you know, you know. That's all I have to say. And you don't know.
You know what? I don't know what this episode really was. There'll probably be a lot that's cut out of this, and we'll make something of it.
It was a look into our lives and our brains, and this is what it looks like.
Well, my laptop is at 5%, so we're gonna have to wrap it up.
Okay. I found it. She says stop the films, not cut the films.
So this is, how was I supposed to know?
First of all, you still don't know. Get your charger. Where's your charger?
No, because if I get the charger, we're gonna talk for another 30 minutes. If you find it, we'll insert it. Let us know your thoughts and opinions on what we talked about today. We want to hear from you. And we also want you to come back for our next episode. And I don't have the book right now. We want you to join our book club for the month of April. We are reading Crying in H Mart.
So get your copy, read along.
Yes. Support our authors. I was gonna mention something, but that'll just start another conversation.
We'll have more podcasts in the future. Don't worry. There's more to come. We're watching the Handmaid's Tale series. We'll be talking about that in future videos. We're also gonna watch the new Malcolm in the Middle reboot and talk about that in a future video. So there's a lot more structured videos to come to this channel. But let us know if you like this one. That was all over the place and chaotic.
Yeah, we just wanted to show some videos we have saved that we didn't get to share with one another. We didn't get to share with you. So let us know what you thought about today's video. We will see you in the next episode.
Bye.